Hey, what is up, Aquamigos? How are you guys doing today? Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Tobias and welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to Fish Fridays, where I upload new fish videos every Friday. So I've been out of town for a few days, but I'm back now and all my tanks are in some desperate need of some maintenance. But mainly what I want to do today is give you guys an update on my pool pond and an update on that new pre-filter that I built. And right before we go up there, I want to actually transfer my mosquito fish from this tank up to the pool pond. And check it out, guys. I actually have all this hair algae in this tank right here. I've never had hair algae in a tank before, and then out of nowhere it just went crazy in this 15-gallon tank. And I even have some over here in my 10-gallon tank. The 10-gallon tank isn't doing that great either. I just feel like it never fully established, and I just never stocked it with any fish because I was just waiting for that cycle to, finish being established. As you can see, all the stones are just covered in algae. There's a little bit of hair algae in here as well. But on the other hand, check it out. My pothos is doing really well in this tank. We got some really nice roots. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy into the pool pond and then I'll show you what's going on up there. With that mosquito fish out of this 15-gallon, I can go in there and really do some good cleaning, let the whole thing rebalance itself, and then hopefully add fish to it again. And before we go up, let me just give you a quick look at the 20-gallon. Here we are, guys. The 20-gallon is also in need of some maintenance, but not nearly as bad as the other tanks. This tank actually gets the least amount of direct sunlight, so that's probably why the algae, it doesn't really get bad in this tank. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and head up to the pool pond and we'll get this mosquito fish drip acclimated. Alright, so here we are, guys. As you can see, we have quite a view today. I don't really know what's going on over there, but check it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and drip acclimate this guy with a piece of air tubing, and I'll just let that go for maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll go ahead and put him in there. And while that's happening, I'll explain to you guys what's going on with the brand new pre-filter that I built for the pond pump. Alright, so while that's doing its thing, I'll go ahead and explain to you guys what's going on here. If you saw it in last week's video, I built the second section for the filtration right here, and I had those two pieces of filter media in there that were a bit finer than this big one right here. But the very next day when I came to check on it, it was completely clogged up. There wasn't enough water passing through here, so I went ahead and removed those two pieces of filter media. So now we're back to how it was originally with just this one piece of coarse filter media. And as you can even see with just that, there is already quite a bit of algae building up right here. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and clean that out. And there is quite a bit of algae that got through to this side over here. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and clean all of that out too. But as you can see, the flow isn't so bad. And that's me leaving the pump alone for 4 days while I was on vacation. This thing was going unmaintained. So I mean, 4 days, actually it's 5 days now because I got back yesterday, but 5 days of not having to touch this thing. For the most part, everything was working out fine. I went from having to unclog this pump every day to being able to leave it alone for 5 days. So in my opinion, that's a huge improvement. So right now I want to go ahead and clean this thing out. And there's also one other thing that I want to do. So I have these floating pond plants over here that I was quarantining in this bucket. It's been over 30 days, so they should be free of parasites and we can go ahead and get them into the pool pond. What I want to do is I want to build kind of like a circular thing that can float on top of the pond to keep all these plants together so that they don't get sucked under the waterfall or get sucked into this area right here in front of the pre-filter. And I think I'm going to have those plants kind of staying back in that corner over there. So yeah, those are the few things that we're going to do right now. All right, guys, much better. Here we go. Our mosquito fish should be just about ready to get in there. I'll give him another minute and then he should be good to get in there. The water is quite warm, like, I don't know, I have a thermometer in here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly how warm it is, but it's pretty warm. All right, cool guys, now that we got him in there, let's go ahead and get our pond plants ready to get in there. And this thing that I'm going to be using, I have no idea what this is called, but basically it's like a hollow plastic hose. It's somewhat bendable, not super bendable, but I'm pretty sure it will float. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably just cut a part out, make it round, attach the two ends to each other, and then hopefully it'll float in there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with that. This thing that I use to cut it, it's a PVC pipe cutter. It's a really handy tool. Really cool. All right, there we go, guys. We have an imperfect ring. As long as this thing floats, I think it should do what I want it to. So let's go ahead and test it out and cross our fingers and just hope that this thing floats, because I have not tested out this material yet to see if it actually floats. So here we go. All the fish are like, all right. Looks like we're in business, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of string and attach it just to one side up to this piece of rubber coated gardening wire, just to make sure that it doesn't like float around and like float over there or like something like that. Sweet. I gave it some slack in case, you know, the water level drops. Yeah, let's go ahead and get our plants. Will my dojo loach completely destroy my pond plants? Find out in next week's video. But yeah guys, I'm pretty excited for when these water lettuce and water hyacinths start multiplying and fill that area. I said this a while ago, but my ultimate goal is to get about 40% of the surface of the pond covered in pond plants, just to help remove nutrients from the water and also create more shade. I think those two things in combination will definitely help fight my algae problem. And of course, my new pre-filter will help that waterfall filter keep going 24/7. And then of course, guys, I've been talking about it for probably 3 weeks now. My DIY trash can filter build is going to be coming really soon. I'm going to start buying the supplies that I need for that. So hopefully I'll have those in time for next week's video and we can get some kind of a start on that. And then hopefully my issues with algae will be a thing of the past. And of course, guys, my new water lilies that I propagated a couple weeks ago, they're doing great. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and propagate more of those, so I'll have a lot more water lilies in here too. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be just about it for this video. I don't have any shout outs for this video, but if you would like a shout out in my next fish video, I post new fish videos, aquarium videos, pond videos every Friday. So if you would like a shout out in next Friday's video, all you have to do is go down to the comments below and comment, "I am an Aquamigo." And of course, guys, if you did like this video, I would really appreciate it if you went down there and gave this video a like. That would help me out so much. And if you would like to see more videos by me in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell notifications button. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I'll go ahead and put my handle right here. It's at YT_Tobias. And in case you didn't know, I started a brand new reaction channel. It's called Tobias Reacts. I'll go ahead and put the link to that channel down in the description below. We're already almost at 100 subscribers on that brand new channel. So if you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to do that. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.